guys, thanks for tuning back in. Eric Driven, Adams Cameron and Company Realtors. This is kind of part two of our interview here with Sam from Home Detectives. I want to maybe dig a little bit further in depth with Sam as far as some of the reports, what they cover, and their purpose. Sam, I had somebody message me about the wind mitigation report specifically. They had asked, what exactly that is, and they mentioned the new roof. Is that something that you can do even on a home that you already own?
Absolutely. What you're doing is, with the insurance company, wind mitigation will help you get reduced cost on the insurance, on your wind insurance. New roof is going to be nailed down correctly. The sheathing is going to be nailed down correctly. If it's a newer house, obviously it's going to be nailed down, but they're going to go over and check it again and make sure that it is nailed down correctly. There's a secondary water resistant that can help with the cost of it, that gives you a credit. So there's several different things that will give you a credit with wind mitigation. One's a new roof. One is a secondary water resistant that'll help. Hurricane shutters or hurricane type of windows, impact windows will help. If it's strapped down correctly, newer house, a lot of times will have a double strap, which will help with credits. So there's 7 different things that will help with the insurance. They know that some of these things may be done, but the insurance company is going to give you the least credits for it. We'll say it may be a clip that they're considering, where it might have been a double wrap, and that's a strap that comes up out of the wall, goes over the truss, and have 3 nails on each side. So there's different things that can help. Even if you own the house, this, you may not know that you had it, and this will help you. You won't get the credit if you have one left open.
Okay.
If a skylight, if it's a glass opening, every one of them has to be covered.
Okay, so you just can't put in one window.
Right.
Say, hey, I'm hurricane
absolutely
proof throughout the house.
It has to be all of them, and people get upset about it, but they want the weakest point. That's what they're looking at, is what is the weakest point. If there's several clips in the attic, that's the roof to wall connection. If there's several of them that only have 1 or 2 nails, they want the weakest point. They don't care that the rest of them are double wrapped. They care about them.
And I guess it's important, I think, to mention too, so obviously building codes change over time, right?
Absolutely.
So I hear this from customers, and it's one of those things where just because a house is built with code from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, I mean, they're constantly changing, and of course, always trying to make things better and safer. Just because a house is maybe built with code from the 80s, or doesn't have necessarily what would be on new construction, the strapping, it doesn't necessarily make it a bad house or an unsafe house. It's just, it is what it is, right, as far as the report goes.
It's a better resistance for it. Even in new construction, a lot of times they're in the building, they may have down in their prints that it was supposed to be a double wrap, but they may not have done that.
Okay.
It's happened pretty frequently. So that's what the insurance company's looking for, is they know that not everyone's going to be perfect. So what we're doing is going through for them. Even though you may know how to check for wind mitigation, they want a licensed person, individual, whether it's a contractor or a home inspector. We do the wind mitigation, we're certified to do them. But like I said, there's 7 different points, and if they've been done, it helps with your insurance.
So as a new home buyer buying a home, it's important to have one done, because then you could potentially have credits or discounts basically for your homeowner's insurance. And then even if you own your home currently, even if you owned it for years, if you did things such as hurricane shutters, perhaps a new roof,
right.
Things like that, it may be worthwhile having you come out and do the report.
Absolutely.
And then potentially have savings moving forward.
Right, and it doesn't raise the price of your home. Having it done, it can help lower the price. I don't want you thinking that if we go do a wind mitigation in the house, it's going to cause your insurance to go up higher, because that's not going to happen. What it's doing is to help get you credits for it, that you save money, not to cost you extra money. Because some people get worried, oh, my house, I know it wasn't...
It was built in the 50s, it doesn't have the double straps.
Right.
And
if anything, it can help with the cost, not raise the cost.
Not raise the cost. That's a good point.
In the past,
too.
I used to get people to get nervous and say, oh, I don't want them to come here, my roof's old, or this or that. It'll help with the cost of it, and that's what it's for.
And I had somebody also mention about the secondary water barrier. What exactly is that, as far as...
What it is in a hurricane or a high wind, the shingles can come off. Instead of using a paper backing underneath it, it's a rubber that sticks to the roof. So everything can blow off, it's gonna stick to the roof and keep it water resistant from inside the house. It's probably $600 to $800 to have additional onto your cost of your home when you're doing a roof, but it pays for itself after a couple of years. Just like having hurricane shutters. At first, the cost might be a little high, maybe something that we don't want to do, but it's going to pay for itself. Wind mitigation is good for 5 years, and if you have these things, it just helps in your
Over
insurance.
time, you're going to reap the rewards of those credits or discounts from the
Absolutely.
insurance carrier.
So
Okay.
that's going to help. Now, a 4-point insurance you were asking about also.
Yeah, that was the other one I've had some people mention too, and we wanted to kind of cover what those things were. I assume there's 4 points of
The
property
4
you're looking
points,
at?
right. When we do a home inspection for you, you've got a full report. The 4-point, they don't want to see that the lock doesn't work on a house. They want to know what the 4 points are. Whether, you know, the roof aged, whether it's leaking, whether it's missing shingles, the heat and air, how old they are, whether they're operational, the electrical, if it's been upgraded, if you have GFIs, if you have arc fault interrupters that are similar to a GFI, this will help with your insurance also. If it's a newer panel, if it's been replaced, this will all help with insurance. Like I said, it's not going to increase it. They do ask if a water tank is older, they're going to want it. They may want it
They
replaced.
potentially could
It could potentially leak, especially if it was in an interior of the house. And the garage, it's really not going to cause any damage. Things that they know may fail. So what they want to know is you may have that 50s home and the plumbing's all been redone. It's going to help with your insurance.
Sure.
You
So
know,
if you have an older home, if it's been updated, the plumbing's been replaced, or perhaps or electrical's been rewired, the panel, those sort of things. I think you touched on that in the first video. You know, just based solely on age doesn't necessarily give you the whole story of a home. You know, over years it could have been upgraded,
Right.
updated, or you know, and completely redone. So
Absolutely.
in essence, it may be as good or better than a new home, depending on what was done to the
Absolutely.
property. So that kind of lets the insurance carrier realize and know what's going on with that property, right?
Absolutely.
And I guess the other thing too, as people mention and question as far as the home inspection itself goes. So we have the wind mitigation report that you can do at that time,
Yes.
which gives us discounts, potential discounts on our wind insurance. And then you do the 4-point, of course, which also potentially could help with the insurance cost as well. And then the home inspection, now that actual report isn't necessarily for insurance purposes, that's for the homeowner themselves, correct?
Right, the purchase, right.
And then that report basically just enlightens them as to any defects that might be at the property, right?
Right, and what we try to explain to a individual is, as I said before, it's to give you more of a honey-do list. To let you know this is older or that's older, where things are in the house that you may not be aware of, if there's any type of structural problems that we see. You may not see it when you're walking around the first time looking at the house. So it's another set of eyes to make you aware.
And I guess, do you tell somebody, buy this house, don't buy this house?
No, we never do that, and we normally don't ever tell you that something needs to be replaced, because most things can be fixed in order to do it. Like I said, very seldom you find one that we would never say don't buy it, because we don't know the reason you're purchasing it. Our job is just to tell you what's wrong with it.
Right, so your job is to locate deficiencies, give that information to the buyer, and then the buyer ultimately makes the decision of whether or not the property's right for them.
Right, and that's why you're representing them, because you know what kind of situation they are, financially or anything, or what they're looking for. So with you and them going over it, now you have an understanding, okay, it may need a new roof, it may need this, we're gonna renegotiate it, and again, it could be saving you money. A home inspection, most of the time, will save potential buyer money with it. So it's not to say that, okay, it may cost you $300-400 for a home inspection, but most of the time, if you utilize it, it'll save you money. You know, it'll save you expensive costs if you weren't aware of it, like a structural problem. It can cost you thousands of dollars. It doesn't mean you need to walk away. No, it can be fixed, but it gives you that opportunity to maybe go back to the table and say, hey, we have a structural problem. It's going to cost X amount of dollars, because everything can be fixed.
Sure.
There's no reason to walk away from it. That's between your realtor and you knowing the situation. It's just to give you another opinion on the
Right.
home. So
At the end of the day, I mean, it's sticks and stones, it's you know,
Absolutely.
it's made of wood, it's made of 2x4s, it's made of lumber, it's made of
Absolutely.
cement, and anything can be fixed, I guess, ultimately.
Right,
It's
my
just a
job
matter of-
is not to to give you a yes or no. My job is to tell you the facts, and that's what it primarily is. To give you the facts of the house, to show you how things operate, to let you know if something might be faulty. Sometimes there's items that are recalled on them that they may need to, just so you're aware that there might be a recall on it. Some things, products over time, they'll find they're faulty. So that it's that type of thing. Some of the old electrical panels, they want them replaced. So it's stuff like that can help. That you're not walking into. That's, you may not go out and buy the big screen TV because you know that you're gonna have to, buy
Budget for a
Budget
water
for
heater
it.
this point,
Right.
or
Absolutely.
whatever the case may be.
So that's what it's for. That should help you.
Well, that's great. I think, I think this is pretty enlightening. I think to sum everything up, I mean, get a home inspection, people. Again, for probably the largest investment you're going to make in your life financially, it only makes sense to spend the dollars that it's going to take. Educate yourself as far as the condition of the home, the structure, and then in addition to that, a lot of the reports that Sam can do for you can also save you money as far as your insurance premiums go too. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to give us a call if you guys have any other questions for real estate. Feel free to comment below if you have any other questions. And Sam, if anybody did have questions or did want to schedule perhaps a wind mitigation report, how would they contact you?
You can call us at 386-615-9100, or you can go on our website, homedetectives.com, and reach us that way also.
Great. And always, Team German's here when you need us, 386-846-1515. Thanks again, guys. Till next time.